Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to talk about the Alcatel 3 2019, and yeah, it's a nice looking phone. Not for power users, so just get that out of the way first. But overall, it's a nice little phone for the price. Can't really go wrong. And it also looks good from the front. But one thing is the back, which is a fingerprint magnet. You're going to need a case one way or the other because it's going to get scratched. I've already got one scratch on the back from using it for the last week or so, but it's not that bad. But however, a case would be nice, and you can pick them up on Amazon. A case didn't come with this, but you can buy some on Amazon. So just to go over again, we've got our dual camera setup here, our flash fingerprint sensor, volume and power here. We've got our headphone jack on top of the mic and a single 4-inch speaker down the bottom with micro USB, and that's really it. On the back and on the front we've got our front facing camera in a teardrop, and that's what the screen will look like. So the screen is actually quite nice, it's vibrant and it looks really well, and from using it for the last week or so, it's not bad. It can get sluggish from time to time after loading up and so on, but it is kind of depending on what you're using. Like, I'm going to switch through a couple of apps here just to show you how quick we'll transfer from one to the other. You can see they're a bit slow opening up sometimes, and that's what you can expect, but other than that it's not actually too bad. So if we go to load a web page, for example, open apple.com.
Opening web page.
It's not too bad, as you can see the page has fully loaded there quick enough, so not bad for your web browsing, I must say. But as you can see there, it is got a vibrant screen, and I'm just going to get that down and get this up here so you can get a look at better colours. The colours do shine on it, and it does actually kind of look like the Apple iPhone XR, come to think, on the front, which isn't a bad thing, but it looks well, although you do have a bit of a chin on the bottom here. But apart from that, it's not bad. The build quality is cheap plastic. As I said, you'd want the case, but it looks nice with this two-tone effect on it here. Speed wise and so on, for gaming and so on, I've only tried one or two games. Not really a gamer, and not bad. You're not going to have high process games going on this too well. You will see drops in frame rates and so on, and the likes. Onto the camera, I've kept some pictures here, but I've got separate video rolls on footage on the camera. So if we do a slow motion, for example, here, we put on auto rotate, we get out of that. If we go into auto rotate here, yes, one thing I've noticed here, a single swipe down will not bring the menu down. You have to double, and you can also get a screenshot there as well if you want to do that. You have a screenshot capture key here. You've also got your torch and so on. So we have the auto rotate on. So I'm just going to go through some of the images actually first of all. And if we go back, if we go into camera, a lot of pictures kind of get blown out depending on the situation. Some are oversaturated, some very hazy, but I've got a full film roll up there for you to look at, and video isn't bad actually. So if we just play this short clip here, that's a slow motion clip from the phone itself using its own. So it's not too bad if you compare that to the actual original. And the slow motion again. We have a separate one here. So this is just a normal shot here with the video. The video isn't actually bad. If you go into the slow motion, see there, if we go into the likes of YouTube, and I'll just drag up something belongs to myself to save any strikes. If we go to, we'll check this one out here. So you can finish the Zoom and you can watch on TV, which is good. So you do that, you have full screen. Hello, and this is Jim Tech Post. I've got a really cool product in from QME, which I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's the Z1V portable projector. It's got VWGA 1080p support. So overall on that aspect, it's not bad for watching YouTube and so on. Media consumption is pretty good. But if you're switching between apps there, it can be a bit slow. And of course you've got your split screen multitasking as well. So if you want to, you can drag one up here and then you can pop another app down on the bottom, so say your Facebook. So you have that as well, which is kind of cool. And a lot of people like that feature. I like it myself because you can do two things at once and so on, which is kind of nice. And you just drag down to bring it full, so it's pretty simple. To close everything in one go, you have a clean button here instead of a clear, so you'll press that, so you have multiple tabs open and so on. It's grand. Battery life isn't too bad either. Now I use this as more of a social phone more so than using it for business, so I've just used it for my social media and phone calls and so on. So I did try using it for 2 days as a power user's aspect, and just now with everything that I have going on, it's just not up to task or up to speed. It freeze and lag and so on. Even though it's got 4 gigs of RAM, it's whatever, it's the rest of the processor that's in there, but nonetheless I'm a power user, so I'd be different to most people out there. For the average person, for their first smartphone, or someone's going on to maybe their second phone, no problem at all recommending the phone whatsoever. It does everything, it works, it's quick enough with a lot of stuff. We've seen the web page load there and so on, and all the other features that come on board with it. So you've got, there is a couple of duplicate apps there, you've got Office Suite built in and so on, but you can download whatever you like from there, and everything else works pretty fine on web browsing and so on. So other than that, gaming, not really, no. I wouldn't be pushing too many games on it, to be honest. As I said, I'm not much of a gamer myself, but I did try one or two, and one or two of them are fine. The high-end games, just an no-go really, to be honest, given that you have extra storage on this and so on. But as a social phone for web browsing, your social media, emails and so on, no problem at all. Everything flies along and it's pretty good. So ideally it is still really like their last version. It's a beginner's kind of phone, or for their first smartphone, and the fact that you've got your fingerprint sensor and you've got face unlock as well, which I can't do here under the camera, but it works most of the time, which is good. And the fingerprint sensor is quick enough as well, and the camera isn't bad. You know, depending on the lighting situation you're in is where you'll get your results. But just to run over the features again, you've got your portrait, panoramic, light trace, AR emojis, something I didn't bother with, to be honest. Your filter, slow-mo, time-lapse and manual, and then you have your settings here. And we've went through these already, but just going to quickly run over them again. You've got the usual settings in there, and the same will apply to video. And then you have this has just gone into scan text. You've got your Google Lens, of course, but the videos again is the same. You've got your HDR as well, your 4.3, 16:9 and 1.1, the reverse camera. I have a couple of selfie shots up on the image gallery from earlier on, but overall not bad for the price though. When you think about it, you're talking €99, you can't really go wrong. It's just the build quality for me is just cheap, but when you look at the price you're paying, and you're getting biometrics here as well thrown in, you can't really complain at that. But as I said, a case will fix that problem. but I do like this two-tone effect. But they should have really included one of their clear cases with it, rather than having to go look and buy one elsewhere. There's a lot of manufacturers now are throwing cases in. Even the budget smartphone makers will give you a case so you're ready to go off the bat, because Alcatel cases aren't as easily available as other cases are for other mobile phones, but you can buy them on Amazon, as I said. But nonetheless, nice phone, ideal for a starter, Christmas present for your first teenager that you're about to get a phone for, maybe, rather than spending a couple of £100 on a stupid iPhone. You don't really need it, to be honest. This will do the job, and of course being Android you have much more freedom. So an ideal present, yes. Ideal for your first smartphone, or second one even, yes. Other than that, I can't really complain. It is a bit sluggish here and there. Photographs are a hit and miss at times, but overall you can't really complain for the price. We've got dual camera as well. There's a lot of technology in the package for 99 quid, and you know, you can't fault it for that. It does, you know, again give you this impression of why people need to spend over €1,000 on a smartphone. It's something which I won't be doing anymore when there's phones out there for half the price to do the same thing. And now it's a race down to the lower end of the market now, with entry level phones coming in with better specs as well. So I think the high end smartphones have had their time now. They're not going to be as popular as they once were. Why spend all that money when you can buy something that'll do it for half the price or less? And Alcatel is one of these companies that are doing the same thing at the entry level, like, considering the other phones that are out there at the same price. What you get, some of them don't have dual camera setups, fingerprint sensor, face unlock and so on. So Alcatel are kind of pushing the boundary there a little bit at their end on the lower end smartphones. And again, it's got a nice display, which I really like. It's really vibrant, and if we just turn up the brightness there without taking a screenshot, this is the thing that just kind of annoys me in this phone, is this menu layout here. And if we go to brightness in the actual settings, just go back, you've got adaptive brightness as well, which you can turn on and off, and the brightness level is at 100%. yeah, so depending on what's on the screen, it's not bad, depending on the web page and so on. But as you can see there from just the Google feeds that I have here, it's not too bad. It's bright enough, but it looks nice and it looks a bit more premium, and it's not squared off like a lot of phones are out there at the moment. But overall, yeah, pretty nice. So that's it for now on the Alcatel 3 2019. Any questions, hit me up and I'll gladly answer them. See you in the next one.